Hello and welcome into The Remix, a mix of entertainment, lifestyle, and community news. I'm Anna Myler. Just because summer is winding down doesn't mean you can't still travel. In fact, the fall could be the best time to take that flight to Europe. Jordan Jaglinzer sat down with the curious traveler to talk about where to go and how to travel solo as a woman.
We are joined now by Emmy Award-winning journalist Christine Van Blokland. She's the host of the PBS program Curious Traveler. Christine, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you for having me. This is wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, well, your show is wonderful. You take viewers all over the world, especially for trips around Europe. And the show is back for season 7. That starts in November. Can you tell us what we can expect from the new season?
Absolutely. So this season, we're excited to take our viewers with us. We take our virtual travelers all across Germany, in France, in the Netherlands, and in Poland. Some quick highlights. We go to Linderhof Palace in Germany, which was created by Mad King Ludwig, who liked to have dinner with imaginary friends, and he decorated the entire palace in so much gold you wouldn't even believe it. In Utrecht in the Netherlands, we take people down a canal cruise, which is just gorgeous. In Lyon in France, we take people to the 2 levels of the city. We've got Fouvier Hill at the top and then Trebouls down at the bottom. So lots of exciting things in store.
It sounds,
How's that sound?
It sounds absolutely amazing. Yeah. I always say we're so lucky here in Boston because getting to Europe is so easy. So all of those destinations are very easy for travelers around here to get to. But tell us about you.
Well, much like yourself, I spent many years doing morning TV. I was the entertainment reporter at different stations, and I loved it. But I got to a point where I was like, well, I can't do another perky morning live shot about yoga or whatever the case may be. And I always had this urge to kind of go do this travel show. It was always the dream. So for me, this was about 10 years ago. I put together a pilot for PBS, and thank goodness they loved it. We went to, I think it was Florence and Paris and Rome, put something together. And it was just, for me, it really is the dream come true, because I want people to know that a place like Europe or wherever it is you want to go, it's not this unreachable, scary thing. You go, and I say my show is like a field trip for grown-ups who have never quite grown up. Because you want to go, you want to have fun, but I want people to learn as they go, because otherwise, why spend all that money and time and go if you're not going to learn about the beautiful places that you're visiting?
Absolutely. One of my favorite parts about the show is that you actually teach female empowerment, encouraging other women to travel alone, which may be scary to some people who are watching this. What are some of your tips for the solo traveler?
I always say, don't be frightened of it. So the very first thing is to kind of get over that fear and think that this is like some foreign land or different planet or something, because whether you choose, to go to Paris or Rome, those are the easy places to go. So number one, you're not the only tourist there. You're not the only female solo tourist there. Nobody's going to stop what they're doing and turn and look at you and be like, oh, she's eating by herself at dinner, or there's not like a whole group of people who are going, we're going to go pickpocket her. Yes, there are a couple things. You need to use common sense. There's so many different technologies and things. You're going to have your crossbody bag and keep your things close to you. Use your common sense. The safety part is really okay. Be adventurous. Whether you're the type of person that just wants to dive on in and go, make your own itinerary, there's certainly enough resources there. My show is one of them. Hopefully, please use that. But maybe if that's even too much of a big step, go. There are plenty of solo female tour groups you can go with. The easiest way to do it, which doesn't really count as doing kind of solo female travel, a cruise. Because you're going to be with a group of other people the entire time. Yeah, when you get off the ship, you can go and have your alone time, and it's during the day. And the other big tip, again, common sense, don't be wandering around at night in alleys that don't look friendly.
To your point, use your common sense, but certainly your show can be a great way for people to get tips if it's something they're looking to do and they want to take that leap.
Absolutely. And I really hope that I inspire people to do it, because I think also too, especially for women, for whatever reason it is, they think, I can't do that without my boyfriend, husband, father, if it's a younger viewer or something. You can do it yourself. Just make the plan, go and do it. And again, the number one thing to remember is these people, whether you're picking Paris or Rome or Florence, people that are there are living their day-to-day lives. They're not there out to get you. And again, you're probably going to be going to the same kind of touristy spots that other people are too. Just follow and blend. Blend and wear a hat and sunscreen. Follow and blend.
Follow and blend.
Follow and blend.
Something we can all live by even here locally. Now, we are getting into the fall season. Is that actually a good time for maybe some of those trips to plan to Europe?
It is the perfect time to go. So I say, do as I say, not as I do. So we always film in spring and summer because the light is better and the sunshine is better. Go in the fall because the summer rush season with all the family vacation travel, that's kind of over. And it's just before all the holiday travel. So in Europe especially, you probably know this, those beautiful Christmas markets, which I love, and we're going to be filming there ourselves. But that's so busy. In the fall, it's called the shoulder season. And it's quieter. You can get better deals. And even though, you know, right now we're already into September, it's not too late to book a flight. A very quick tip, start with Google Flights. You may have your favorite Travelocity or Delta or whatever the case may be. Start with Google Flights. It'll tell you everything all in one place, especially if you're going to Europe or, you know, India, wherever you're going, because there's all these little tiny airlines. You're not going to know it off the top of your head. So start there. You'll get a better deal, and you'll have the streets quieter, which you can really enjoy it. You know, there's the joke that people think, oh, I'm going to go like Emily in Paris, and it's just going to have these.
Right.
I was like, you know what? It's a lot more crowded than that.
Yes.
And for me, at least, those huge crowds make it, you know, not as much of an enriching, fun experience. So go when it's quieter in the fall.
I agree with you. Some of these, I mean, they're old cities, a lot of them, and tight streets. And when you're overcrowded with people, it can ruin your experience. So what destinations would you recommend for our viewers for maybe the fall months if they watch this and they want to book a trip?
I like to recommend off the beaten path destinations. So everybody knows Paris, but do you know Dijon? Yes, where the mustard came from. But the town, it's well, it's a city. I shouldn't say town, but it's smaller than Paris. And the architecture, I was blown away with how gorgeous it is. And because it's smaller than Paris, the hotels won't cost as much. Anywhere that you go, I always recommend book a walking tour in the morning and then have some free time in the afternoon. Other ones you may not have heard of, Gruyere in Switzerland. Like the cheese.
I was just thinking,
like
well,
the cheese.
Maybe it's as easy as we think. You go to mustard, you go to cheese.
You go to mustard and cheese. We're going to have bread in there somewhere. But the thing about Gruyere, it's this tiny, tiny little town, little hilltop town, and I'm such a big Disney fan. I swear you feel like you've gone into Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, I love that.
It's like one little street, all these little little market shops and restaurants, and then at the top is a castle. Anytime you have a castle at the top of the hill, you're going to have the gorgeous village around it. You know, even if you're, let's say you're going to England, you've got the Downton Abbey Highclere Castle, you have the village around it. The last one is Ghent, Belgium. So a lot of people may, go to Brussels, and that's the only place they go to in Belgium. But go to Ghent. It's a little bit quieter. You still get the canals and the gorgeous cathedrals and all the art. The famous Ghent altarpiece, maybe if you're an art nerd like me and you know that. And another quick tip just for anyone, whether it's women or men, pick your theme. Whether you love art, whether you love architecture, or maybe you're into different cuisines. Pick that and kind of plan your own trip around that. Or once again, hey, if you want, you can use Curious Traveler as a guide. You know, you don't have to, but we'd love that.
Christine, thank you so much for coming on today. We
it.
cannot wait to watch season 7 of The Curious Traveler. Tell us when we can expect the premiere.
Well, it's going to be online on PBS Passport beginning October 15th, and then it comes out on TV all across the country and in Canada beginning in November. And I always say check your local listings because every station has a different time.
Okay, Christine, thank you so much. Thanks for being here today. We can't wait to watch The Curious Traveler.
Thank you. Appreciate it.